Hi guys, welcome to my MBA Tamil podcast. This podcast is I have started a new series called Figuring Out MBA. So this podcast is about one of my batchmate called Harshavardhan. So he is going to share about his CAT preparation and how he came to IIM Trichy. After that, he is also a national squash player. So we are going to ask how he make it to nationals. Then recently he wrote a book called The Art of Squash. So we are going to unveil and we are going to ask him about how he wrote that book and how he made the publication. So this is going to be an interesting podcast. So let's go into the video. Bro, hi bro. Welcome
Hello,
to my
Gigi.
podcast.
Nice accent, by the way, Harshavardhan. When I came to South, everyone used to call me Harsha.
Harsha.
Actually, my full name is Harshavardhan Singh,
Okay.
but now I don't mind it. I feel like I'm welcomed over here when someone calls me Harsha.
Mhm.
So let's keep going.
Yeah. I just made a little intro about you. So you
Yeah.
just tell like where you are from, like how you started planning to do an MBA,
Okay.
then how you came.
Okay, I'll start with the basics. Hi, I'm Harshavardhan Singh Shekhawat. Was born in 2001, November 1st. I'm from Mumbai, and yeah, I'm 23 years old. And just like Gigi has covered the important part, I'll just try to elaborate it because this is my first time, so
Correct.
like I'm very
Okay,
excited. So like Gigi said, I've been a national squash player. I've been a state swimmer, and I'm also a public speaker from Toastmasters.
Oh.
And I am now here in IIM Trichy with Gigi Siva, the one and only. So.
So how you got this motivation? Like you're just doing so many things now.
Usually, there are some things. So I get a lot of motivation. So like there is internal environment and external environment.
Okay.
From an external environment point of view, I get a lot of inspiration from my father. He was in the army for 12, 11 years.
Okay.
Then he started his own business as an entrepreneur. And he's at the age of, I think, 40, 45, he had this motivation to pursue MBA. So he's an MBA from IIT Mumbai.
Okay.
So I've learned a lot of skill set and how to deal with things from him. So I get a lot of inspiration from him, and also from my brother. He's just like me. I have a twin brother, by the way.
Twin brother?
Secrets out. Yeah.
It is a surprise for me also.
Yeah. This is the secret. Not identical, but he is also just like me. He's also grinding. He wants to be the best, just like me. And I also pursue for success. But my main goal is always to contribute.
Okay.
So a lot of my inspiration comes from my father. Internal, I am very inspired by the works of Marcus Aurelius. For those who don't know, he was a Roman king, and he had everything. But still, he used to always write notes before sleeping. And he used to always say that I am not a perfect person, but I would like to contribute to this world. So he had everything. He was one of the richest man. And during the Romans time, they didn't have any idea. According to me, I feel like I'm not 100% sure about it. But during the Roman Empire, there was just like they only knew their area.
Correct.
India, America, they had no idea that where these countries are. So at that time, he could have achieved everything, but still he used to remind himself that I am like there is a quote, "Memento mori," like you will die one day. That used to give him so much inspiration that one day I'm going to die, and I have to make that count. So he used to always think that today is a blessing, and today I'll make my day count. So my life motto is like to make every single day count. So I get a lot of inspiration from that. Yeah.
Okay, like why mainly you decided to do an MBA and that particularly in IIM?
So from a child, if I have to speak from during my childhood days, my dad, like I said, he was from business background. So I always used to think like business is something that you should do. And then plus once I got into Narsimonji, I'm from Narsimonji, Mumbai.
Okay.
So over there I used to see students who wanted to pursue CA, CFA,
Correct.
but I used to think that I should do something different.
Okay.
So actually, short story. Actually, before MBA, I was trying to my plan was to go to Canada to pursue marketing management. I also cleared my IELTS exam, but at the end, I thought of myself like maybe I should try one more time. During my college days, I was in many cultural festivals also. I was in Asia's biggest cultural festival, Umang. And then I was also in a business fest. So from there, I got inspiration to do something business related.
Correct.
And then after my IELTS exam, I thought of myself, maybe I should try one more time. So in 2019, I had appeared for the IPM exam, IPM Indore. I was waitlisted after my interview. So this time when I prepared for my CAT exam, that is in 2022, it was not that tough for me. Like I knew what to do and I had the basic concept. And luckily, I cleared my exam. But I would like to tell your viewers that if someone is preparing for CAT exam, your confidence is everything.
Correct.
I have written hundreds and hundreds of mock papers, but I know people, they lack confidence and they can't crack a CAT paper. That is like very sad. But the truth is that every day you should try to up your confidence. That is very important. Even for the personal interview, personally for me, even I had problems. Like when I was a child, I was very quiet. I was introvert. When I was in second standard, my class teacher used to call me Mary had a little lamb because I used to never speak and never say anything.
Okay.
But gradually, I picked sports and activities. I became more social. And after that, after my CAT exam, I also joined Toastmasters, which is a public speaking, public speaking, you know. So from there, I got a lot of confidence. So during and above all, I used to always think during my PI or during my CAT exam that it's okay. World is not going to end if I fail.
Correct.
Because failure and success are just part of life. We all know that. So Gigi, for me personally, in today's world, everybody knows what to do.
Correct.
It's just like there is a moment of knowledge that you have and there is moment of realization. Everybody knows that in order to achieve in life, you need success, you need this, you need social status, but nobody is like realizing it. Once you realize it here, not only here, then you'll, at the end of the day, you'll think of yourself that, yeah, maybe I should pursue this or that. So,
like your preparation was like you told that full of mindset.
yeah.
Like in the exam day, you might have faced some kind of difficulties, like because this is like we prepare for one full year, but some people they will be doing some mistakes on the day of exam.
Yeah.
So how did you handle on that? No, is it your first CAT attempt or?
Yeah, this was my first CAT attempt. But for those, I understood what you're trying to say. So for those who, like for example, even during my CAT exam, there was several math questions. I was not confident whether it's right or wrong.
Okay.
But I still attempted. So there were 4 questions, one arithmetic, 2 basic questions. So usually when there are commercial arithmetic questions, not algebra, I was weak at algebra. But in commercial arithmetic, I was good. VAT and all removing. So I focused on that part only. But in CAT exam, I was clueless.
Okay.
Like I always believe that when you are trying to pursue something big, when you are at the stage, when you are orchestrating something, if you want to do something, you should keep 2 things in mind. You will fear that moment, but you have to keep going. And second, for me personally, if things are not going according to your way at that time, don't panic. Take a deep breath and understand the situation. You should not get frazzled or doubt yourself. Self-doubt leads to nothing. That's honestly something, as a guy who has doubted himself during his childhood days, I can definitely assure you, if you are that guy who thinks that log mere bare mein kya bolenge, or if you're trying to achieve something, people, you think like, oh, what this guy and that guy is going to say. Don't think like that. You can basically tell them to, that is an honest truth. If you want to achieve, you have to keep that mindset. And coming back to the question, sorry, I get swayed away. This is my first podcast. So anyway, coming back to the question, don't get frazzled. Don't get frazzled. So if for me, even I used to think that these 2 questions are right, but then I attempted one, then I focused on the next question. And forget about math. When I used to write my mock papers, I used to score very less in math, but logical reasoning, English was my best. But I scored the least in English section, and I scored very good in LRDI and math.
Okay.
So don't worry about the result. Focus on the outcome.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to be that guy who say that work hard, don't only focus on effort. But the ground reality, I'll tell you something. outcome is also important. Nobody gives a damn if you work hard 24 hours a day or 22 hours a day. If you are producing some outcome, if you're bringing value, then only you will be the person in the society.
Correct.
So please keep that in mind here.
So after that, you came to IIM Trichy. Like, how was your IIM Trichy experience, and what did you? What are the things you tried in this 1 year of college? Then, what are the lessons you learned in this 1 year of doing MBA? Because most people have a pre-mindset before joining an IIM. Like their motto was to they know the other social media side of if we go into IIM, we get a good placement, so life will be like this and all. But now we come across first year of IIM. Now, how was your mindset?
Honestly, Gigi, when before I came to IIM Trichy, there were many YouTube channels, famous YouTube channels. I will not name them. I remember one girl. She's very famous a YouTuber. She is, I think she's also from IIM, if I'm not wrong. I watched her video. She was like, "IIM students only speak in English. IIM students are very sophisticated. This is the 1% of this world, of this country. So act accordingly." So me, 21-year-old guy, came to this campus like that. And let me tell you something that is not the truth. This is a very stiff, hard, competitive environment that we live in. Anyone will break your trust. You will be defeated in many things. So, for example, during placement times, there will be GD, there will be PI. So, mock interviews, no, not mock interviews, this group interviews, group discussion, group discussion. So, in GD, you have to, for example, if I have to give one instance in GD, there's no friend or ally that you think there is during such kind of situations. You have to fight, you have to win. My grandfather used to say this to my mom. My grandfather used to say that roti ek hai, khane wale hai 20. There is one roti or one parotha. I'm from South now. One parotha, and there are 20 people. Only the smart one will grab that parotha, and the 19, they will be just a number. So this is the ground reality that we live in. And other than that, yes, if you are someone who wants to be in a big prestigious B school, I'll just say that focusing on your craft is the most important thing. I'm not saying that only study, only do this, do that. I never say that. In fact, the toppers of this campus, they don't study every day. They just focus whatever the professor is teaching you. They use logic during their exams. Simple. Nothing more, nothing less. And they focus on other things. They try busy focusing on case comm, life projects, networking, going out. So a lot of people think that when you go into a B school, especially in IIM, you'll never get time, this and that. But understand this concept that once you come to a new prestigious B school, initially things will not go according to your way, and it will be difficult at first. But everything is difficult at first. You have to understand that when you were a child, I think at the age of 5 or 6, you start going to school. It was tough for you. You'll be thinking, where I am, what's going on. When you went to college, same concept, where I am, what is going on. Same logic goes for a year also. And after your B school, you'll go to your job. You'll think the same.
So now mostly like in first year we used to face this internship. Like how was your internship experience? But before that, what is your profile? Like 10, 12 UG? How much like percentages you got?
Yeah, I got it.
Whether CAT percentile also, if you want to add, you can say.
So I got it. Actually, my score is 887. So it's not great, not terrible. So a lot of misconception is that if you don't have good grades, you will not get placement. There are some companies who are asking for grades, but not every company is asking.
It's like an eligibility.
Yeah. So as a fresher, when I was 22 years old, placement started. I luckily for me, before coming to the campus, after my CAT exam, I started focusing on my resume. That really gave me a competitive advantage. So I'll explain. During the month of December, once my CAT exam got over, I did a course on digital marketing, which really opened my horizon towards marketing, digital marketing to be
Like
precise.
from where?
From where? Coursera.
Coursera.
Google Coursera, I did that. And then after that, I also mentioned that I've been a national level cosplayer, this and that. So in hobbies, interests, achievements, something that a lot of people don't focus on.
Correct.
We'll come back to that point later.
Yeah.
But I really explained what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And like I told you, I was in business fest, cultural fest when I was in college days. So it shows a lot of organization, team
Correct.
player, and all those skills that companies ask for. They just don't want in today's
how
world.
you are managing the skills.
Yeah, the skill set. So I was in workshops marketing department. When I was 18, I was handling that.
Okay.
So that is very fascinating. Like as a 17, 18-year-old guy, you're managing that. It's really caught attention to these companies. And plus, I also mentioned my public speaking skills also. That is very important.
Correct.
Yeah, because something that I learned once I came to this campus, that business communication skills is very vital.
Yeah, even we have that term
we have that subject, but a lot of people don't pay attention to that. They feel like if I'm good at DPM, digital product management, if I'm good in finance, I'll just do my work, get along and buy. But no, communication is very vital. So I really try to mention that only. My goal was that yes, I'll show that I've done courses, this and all, but I wanted something different, a differentiator that will give me a edge towards compared to others. So yeah, that really gave me an advantage, because once I came to the campus, I had a lot of things to mention. I remember once I came to this campus, there were people at the age of 25, 24, freshers. I was fresher when I was 21, 22. 24, 25 age, fresher, done nothing except academics.
Correct.
So my POC placement, POC member, she used to call everyone. So they used to discuss. So she used to say that you have to do courses, do as soon as possible. Companies are coming, you have to show something. But at that time, I was a little bit relaxed. Like, okay, I have done.
We already have those.
Yeah. So I came with with some preparation. Yeah.
So we discussed so many things about this CAT preparation and MBA journey. Now we are going into the next segment about squash. So before squash, he has a surprise for me.
Shall we do this?
Yeah, we can do.
Okay, let's go. So Gigi, I have something for you. You'll ask me, what is this? Is this the Great Gatsby? Is this something else? Is this just a marketing book? Let me see. So this is some work that I've been really put my 100%. It's been a couple of years that I have been focusing on this. So I'd like to show.
Yeah.
Moment of the truth. I don't know, I'm not good at these things, but let's go.
It's going fun only.
So this is something that I've done.
Speed.
And it's definitely a vivid experience. I never in my million years I thought that I'll be an author and I'll be writing a book. And I'm really proud and happy to share this with the people.
Yeah, bro, we also give.
Something.
I'll just look at it. Oh, shit.
So this is my book,
About
Speed and Precision, The Art of Squash. This is my life's work, my squash experience, but it's much more than that. It also covers the psychological and other mental barriers that one has in their mind while playing squash or any sport.
Okay.
And this is not just another book, because now let's talk about the book.
Yeah, bro. First of all, how did you come up with this idea of okay, we need to write a book? That too about squash.
Actually, let's start from the beginning. Okay, when I was in 9th standard, I was playing top level squash. So my coach used to say that write about everything that you have done today. Okay. What are the things that you can focus on? What are the things that you don't have to focus a lot? Okay. This is like a SWOT analysis, but a very untraditional way. SWOT analysis is a framework to evaluate any strategy or research that you will do. SWOT means, from SWOT, S means strength, W weaknesses, O is opportunity, T is threats. It's a framework, very famous marketing digital framework, but it's not just a marketing framework. You can implement this in any source of activity that you will do in your life. So for me, I didn't have any idea what SWOT is, but I used to write strengths, weaknesses, what the things I have to focus on. So that notes that I had, I've been making these notes for a couple of years.
Okay.
But during the time of COVID, I thought to myself that I wanted to keep myself occupied. Too much of social media addiction and this was going on. So I thought that maybe I should do something different. So I was thinking, what can I do? Randomly, out of my curiosity, I went to Google and wrote something like, "What can I do to cure my boredom?" So he said, "Write a book." But I just didn't want to write a book that I can get from net and just post it.
Correct.
I thought to myself, I have these notes. Maybe I should do something about it. So from 2020, I started writing my book. But then after 2021, I stopped writing it because other events came.
Correct.
I was preparing for CAT and other things were happening. And during, no, I think not only in 2022, 2023 when
During
CAT
your
came.
UG time.
No, not during my UG time. Definitely not. During my graduation, like after degree college,
Okay.
idea came. But then after that, I thought to myself that I just overlooked it. I was like, I'll write it. So 60 to 65% of the work was done. But then during this time, April and May,
Okay.
thought to myself that maybe I should finish what I've started. So I wrote the entire thing, and then came to consensus. Then
Entire thing about only how did you practice every day, or it's about your journey also?
actually, a good question. So there are chapters which explain that what do you need to become a good squash player.
Okay.
But then it also deviates from the topic itself. It's a huge idea that what can person can do to boost their mental strength, physical endurance, health, and that's also I've written. For example, if a topic is of health,
Okay.
I've written that what personally that I used to do, what I've seen people making mistakes in this area, and then at the end I've written tips and what you can do to achieve it. So I've covered the what, when, how, where, everything has been covered in every single chapter.
Okay.
So if you read the book, it's not only like I'm giving you some gyan or knowledge that you can get on Instagram or Facebook. It's also part of what I've done in my life and how did I achieve it. So it's like a case study in itself.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah. So
Okay then. Okay, writing is part. Like after that, how did you publish? What's the procedure like? Because if I want to write a book, how I need to starting from planning stage to creating content. Then because it's very difficult. In between, you have not planned for chapters. You have a script of everyday task in the diary. How did you come up and figure out? Okay, this is how the story need to be. Then how did you publish?
So there is a framework to in marketing that they use. It's a Greek framework. I don't know whether it's called framework or not. It's called ethos, pathos, lethos.
Yeah.
Logos. So it covers the three spectrum of life, like the character, the emotion, the logic that you're using. So I really was inspired by that framework and I implemented it in a book.
Correct.
So that is how the concept came. And plus, I would really like to give shout out to Robert Greene. I used to really like his books, Art of War, no Strategy.
Okay.
So he has written the books. The famous books that he has written is 48 Laws of Power
Yeah, I
and
have read
Strategy,
that.
War Strategy.
Correct.
So the Art of Seduction. So these books are they really inspired me. So I learned a lot of things about book or about publishing storytelling from him.
Okay.
So I really implemented his ideas also. I didn't take any classes or this. I've done only one course on storytelling because I thought that maybe I should do a little bit of my research. And then when it comes to publishing, I did it from KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, from Amazon. So it's just basically you have to write all the details. It's all online. Write a book and then publish it, make a cover from Canva and everything. I did that.
So you only designed this design?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to keep it simple. But I'll tell you something, for those who want to do publishing online, it's a tough task.
Why?
Because in India, there's a lot of legalities that you have to follow. For me, there were many challenges. Like when it comes to writing a book, even there is a one word of plagiarism or copyright, they will not publish it. And if, for example, I tried my best to keep that away, that's copyright claim, because if there is some copyright claim, I definitely have mentioned in the book as a motion of thanks or a credit that you can give to a person who has the
Correct.
source code or trademark.
Uh-huh.
But still, there were some things that Amazon were telling me that this is wrong or this is right. You need to change this, change that. Even if there is a font that you have not made properly by 0.05 pixel or something, they'll say you have to change it. But the worst part is that they give you mail, you change it, you apply it, and after a couple of days, their answer will come. It's not an instant thing.
Correct, I understood.
And plus, legality point of view, they'll definitely ask for your bank details, this and all details, and then banking stuff comes. I thought that I'll hire a lawyer at this point, but then I didn't. I thought to myself that maybe I'll try my best and do it. So writing a book was very fascinating and amazing for me, but this legality part was a challenge.
Correct.
Yeah, so that is something that I would like to tell anyone who wants to publish a book, that it's better, something that I have not done, but it's better to hire a paper supplier which is local. But for me, my strategy is that this book, I wanted my target audience to be from Europe, North America, and Egypt. Why Egypt?
So
Because
you published online.
yeah, because I'll be very honest with you. Squash is not a popular game in India. It's coming, but it's not. It's not like to the cricket level, obviously. But in Europe and other countries, it's getting very famous. And in 2028, the Olympics squash is there. 28 or 32, but definitely squash is there. So that is definitely a big upgrade.
How did you came to know about squash for the first time?
My father, when he was in the army, he used to play squash, and luckily for me, I would really like to give shout out to this person. He's a honorable minister of India, Shri Ravindra Vaikar sir. He made a sports complex like 25 years ago.
Where in
Mumbai, next to my place. Like it's 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes away from my place. So over there, my father used to play with his friends, and when I was a kid, I used to come and give him company. And then I don't want to sound dramatic or like it's not a movie. One day, just my dad said that maybe you should play squash. I started playing, got the hang of it, and it's really I enjoyed. So
after the launch of the stadium, only you started playing squash.
No. That sports complex was made in 2000. I was not even born yet. I think I started playing squash somewhere around 2013. Seriously. So at that time, I started playing, and that is one of the big reasons that I have reached this level, because in Mumbai, especially. Squash courts, there are very less squash courts which have good maintenance. And I live in Andheri, which is in center of Mumbai almost. Best clubs, best squash courts or clubs are in South Mumbai, which is like 30-34 kilometers away from my home. Definitely it takes 2 hours to reach over there. CCI, NSCI, Cricket Club of India, the Brabourne Stadium. So that area. So for me, I was very grateful to him that he made, because it was really nice. This one.
Also, like you published the book at the time, like the honorable minister also invited, and it was like a press meet. How was that experience?
I'll show you the photo. You'll get the idea. So this is the photo. This is me. Don't judge me, man. I eat a lot when I am at my place. I look a little bit fat. So this is me. This is the honorable minister. So we had just a book launch at his place in Matushri. Matushri is the sports complex. It was his office, and he is my father. Really, I mean, because of him, I'm here, honestly. And this was the event. First of all, this was the book revealing. Then after that, it's just a shawl that he made me wear. It's just a part of tradition. It was a very proud and honorable experience for me. Yeah. So yeah, actually, that also was not planned. Because he's a very busy person. He became a minister now. He's a minister now, so
now we start from that. Like he's also from
that. So actually, what happened was that my father was just playing squash, and the manager, he's the owner. The manager came. He just asked about me, because when I was a kid, I've been going to that place. So he just asked about me, like what is he doing. So my dad says that yeah, he's MBA and all. What else he's doing? So he's like, he wrote a book. Which book? Sports. And he was very happy that I mentioned the sports complex also. So he was like, I'll definitely talk to sir and let's see what happens. So one thing led to another. Then Ravindra Vaikar sir called me and my dad. He invited my entire family also to come and do the greeting and revealing. Yeah, so that was a very different and new experience for me. Yeah.
So by the way, like I was just going through a LinkedIn profile. Like you have shared so many things about MBA from the day one you joined till how it was in your term one, all these things. You can share your experience, like why you put a lot of things, and mostly about what kind of things you used to post in LinkedIn.
I've put a lot of things. Like, for example, I've done a few case studies, not case studies, but a little bit of research on AI with keywords and digital marketing. And then I've posted about branding also. And there are other posts which mentions me, my work. How did what this, for example, public speaking, how did it help me during MBA?
Correct.
And sports, how did it help me in MBA? But one of my favorite posts is the unfiltered truth of
About
MBA
MBA,
that I've posted. So
Yeah, what does that unfiltered truth means?
actually, my idea was that when I came to this campus before, when I was at home, before even coming to MBA, I had a different perception or idea about MBA. When I came away, it was different. And I saw things that people are not focusing on that they should definitely focus on.
Okay.
So I made a post on LinkedIn about unfiltered truth about MBA, which if I'd like to tell you, I just covered few points. So one point was about health. Like everywhere I go, once I came to this campus, everyone was telling do this, get placed, focus on this. This is the paper, is difficult quizzes and all. But there was not a lot of importance on health. Initially, as a student, even I thought,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
need
so
help now
what?
because our timetable is different slots, and some people won't eat in proper time.
So in theory, everybody knows that you should take care of health, but we have been bombarded with so many things that we don't keep this as a priority.
Correct.
And I know a lot of my friends, including me, who have learned the hard way, not taking care of your health. So I definitely mentioned this, that health is very important. You eat this and that. I also mentioned that before your exams, try not to eat something junk. Eat a lot of fruits, whatever that keeps your body healthy and agile. Other post is like of academics. Like one of the biggest misconception people have initially is that, oh, we have to study like hell. We have to study, which is important. But I'm not saying don't study. I'm saying study strategically. Like I mentioned before, whatever is taught in the class, make notes, and after class is over, just go through it, skim through it 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
Then after that, keep a note of it. You will be busy with your assignments and other stuff. And then during when exams are coming, revise that. And one of the biggest mistakes that I made during my exams or quizzes, I try to rote learn everything. If there's a theoretical subject, I used to think that I'll just learn the concept. For example, I'll learn what is, let's say, STP, segmentation targeting positioning. I know, oh, this is this is that, this is that. But I was not thinking logically. And I thought that this is just like they'll ask what is segmenting, where can you use it. I thought questions will be like that, but I was way far from the reality. In MBA, they ask you everything logically. They'll ask you if this is a situation, this is a company, they're going to this. For example, this company wants to target low segment customers in this country, in this area. What should be their strategy? Make a own strategy. That is the kind of question that you get in MBA. So for me personally, use logic during your exams and try to understand your professor's thinking process as well. It's not like if you have even I've written a lot of papers, I used to think that, oh, this paper was amazing. Turns out it was not amazing after all. So try to learn from your professor's perspective as well. That is something that I believe that which will keep you, that will put you on the map.
Correct.
Compared to others. You'll be very highly, you'll score high in your exams or in papers. You'll be above average. Above average is the right answer. I'm not getting the word. And then like I told you in other things that one thing that a lot of people don't teach, no one is teaching in MBA. is like how to deal with setback and failures. I always say, because this is what I believe that I have seen in this campus, or not only in this campus, in many MBAs. I also have friends who are from Bangalore, Kozhikode, IIM Mumbai. They say that wherever we go, we have been taught how to be successful, how to do this, how to do that. But no one is telling you how to deal with setbacks, how to deal with failures. If we have one thing that I have noticed in this in MBA is that there are frameworks on dealing with business problems, strategies that we do so that we bring value in this company, in this or that company. But there is no frameworks, no charts, no idea of how to deal with setbacks and failures. This is very important. That is something that I don't see a lot. And people are like, they are very scared of failure. I mean, I'm not perfect. Even I used to think like, when a company is not taking me or taking me, I used to feel like, why is this happening to me? The thing about setbacks is that there are no frameworks, no charts about it. And I always say that something, this is not some code that I'm saying, it's just basically what I have learned. Whenever you're making a mistake or a flaw that has happened to you, calm yourself. It's okay. Everybody makes mistake. Considering you're given your 100%, don't worry. Just see what can you learn from this setback, because that is the only one thing that you should do. What can I learn from this? And don't try to make the same mistakes again. Another point that I've mentioned to any B school student, and it's not only B school student, to any person in this world, be 0.5% better than the person you were yesterday. This will give you such an edge, because so there was a study done by a psychologist at Harvard University. They were saying that if you give 1 hour a day to a certain skill set, to a certain skill that you want to learn, for 365 days, 1 hour, you only give proper time to a skill that you're learning, you will be at least 70% ahead of the population. So and in my post, I've mentioned a lot about consistency, because once you're consistent, there is a structure. A lot of people in today's world will say that if you want to be successful, work hard, do this, do that. But for example, let's talk about squash. How did I reach to the national level? It's not only I worked at, there was a structure, there was a routine that I followed. Any company, if you want to see a company is doing well, just check their organization structure. It's very pivotal to succeed, because if there is no routine, there is no, let's just say, if you ever been to a ballet or an orchestra, there is a rhythm, there is a symphony. A guy is giving direction, do this, do that,
Step by
and then
step,
people are like looking at him, it's like they're being consistent with it. It's a combination. Consistency for me is a combination of art and science. Art as in you have to be creative, science as in you have to be analytical to achieve consistency. And another thing that there is a professor, economics professor, economics professor. There is one quote he used that it really touched my heart. It's like, every time you're trying to learn new thing, don't say to yourself that, oh, why am I learning this? This is not something that I want to do. It's very tough. Think of it as if like, wow, today I'm learning a new thing. I will be knowledgeable. I'm upgrading myself. I'm evolving as a human being, which is something very important.
Correct.
And I feel like personally for me, a lot of people are negative nowadays. They are very pessimistic. Like, oh, this has happened to me, that has happened to me. But you don't know. I want to say this to your viewers also. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, anything can happen. Like, sadly, we are seeing a lot of plane accidents.
Correct.
The attack happened with in Kashmir, Palagram, and other things that are happening in this world. Iran is attacking Israel. Israel is attacking Iran. US is sending the B-2 bomber. So a lot of things are happening. So in this world, you have to make your every single day count.
Correct.
So this was the MBA unfiltered truth that I wanted people to know, because if you're paying 21 lakh, 20 plus lakh to do masters, you should know the ins and outs that's happening in the campus. Correct. Not only in this campus, it's happening everywhere, so that you are ready and you can succeed. And that was my goal for posting this on LinkedIn. So Gigi, enough with my questions. This is not MBA Tamil anymore. It's MBA Harshavardhan now. I'm taking over this podcast a little bit, just a little bit. So, Gigi, I've also checked your Insta, your social media platform. Traveling first now, you are a podcaster, is if that's the word, and you're trying to do new things. And you're very a different person compared to others that I know in this campus. Like, how do you get this inspiration or idea that I'll do something different?
Yeah, it has like two part before joining IIM and after joining IIM. Like after joining IIM, as you said, like we paid like this much of fees over here.
Okay.
So my focus is not only get into this placement thing, because in every campus, every faculty used to say that whatever you learn, it's not about getting good packages. It's about how you try to implement things day to day life and work on something what you are passionate about. So that's why after joining into IIM, I joined this MRC, and I started making a lot of this kind of podcast videos in my channel. But before this, I'm not like this because I always like to do traveling.
Okay.
Traveling was my first passion. So during travel, I used to get inspiration through movies only,
Okay.
because there is nobody, what you can say, in my contact list or someone who are so passionate about traveling. Because in traveling, I like long term traveling. I'm not a guy like, okay, Saturday, Sunday, we can go for a trip and go stay there. Like they used to escape from the real life. But I want to experience life. So that's why I always prefer to do long term traveling, minimum like 10 days a trip. So my longest travel was like 200 days around India.
Okay.
So
200.
So that trip, I just took my all the favorite destination to visit in India. Then I just ordered it in an order. Then from Tamil Nadu, whichever is nearby destination, I just created a route map. Then I went. So mostly these inspiration I used to get from movies only. So even if you can check my Instagram highlights, there will be a travel movie column. So there I used to put all the must watch best travel movies around the world. So likewise, I heard that you also put some post about this movies and all.
Yeah.
Because in campus, mostly our day will be like in the morning we go to class, then afternoon in first year, afternoon it will get over. Then if there is some assignment or we used to do that. In the night, mostly we will watch some movies and relax now. So mostly my favorite genre is traveling or party and what else, like sometimes romance. So these were
What kind of romance?
so these were my genre. Like
Okay.
likewise, what kind of travel movie was inspired by you?
So there is one movie. I don't think it's that famous, but I hope it is because I don't know. I never hear someone saying or talking about this movie. There's a movie called Last Holiday. I think it came in 2006. It's about a girl who's like 30 plus, I guess. She has sacrificed everything. I think her husband left her, and she doesn't have a child. She lives in New York. So she was a very smart salesman, very successful salesman. Boss used to never give her recognition, and it's just a sad life. One day she had an accident at her place, at her workplace.
Okay.
And the doctor, she checked an X-ray. Doctor said that she's got 3 weeks to live. Suddenly she's got a tumor in her brain. So she was very sad because she was also a passionate person. Like she had her dreams also, but she used to just write her dreams and do nothing about it. So one day she picked up her book and checked all the dreams that she had. She wanted to travel. She wanted to go to this chef who was very famous in France or in Europe. She wanted to do that. So a couple of days she was very sad. Then one day she realized she'll remove all the deposit from a bank, whatever hard work earned money she had, and she decided to pursue her dream. Over there, she made her friend. She lived her life like she was a completely different
Like
person.
whatever she wanted to do, she was doing.
When she got to know that she does not have a lot of time to live, she lived her life completely with happiness. And then she, I don't want to spoil the entire movie. At the end, what happens is that she became friends with that chef also, world renowned chef. And that chef also was very impressed with her. And then at the end, she gets to know from a hotel concierge that she's not sick. Her X-ray report was misplaced with someone else.
Okay.
Then at that time she
So
realizes.
now though she is fine only.
Yeah, she realizes that I had lived my life as a, and at the end I mentioned a very important part, that she always wanted to open a restaurant. So then she decides that with that chef she'll start a restaurant.
Oh.
But so the moral of the story for me is that she lived in fear, doubt, sadness, and guilt. Once she got to know that she's got less time to live, she was free.
Okay.
She was like, okay, I will live my life now. So I'm not telling everyone to clear
Same
your
like you were telling in the beginning, we should make every day count.
every day count. So I'm not telling everyone to go to your bank and just get every single penny and live your
That's
life.
good only, bro. I did like that only.
No, but-
I just worked for 2 years in
Okay.
Myntra.
Okay.
I saved all the money for. Even though I was working in Myntra just to save money for my 200 days trip. So once I got enough money, then I just quit my job and I started traveling.
Okay.
So like same like there is one more book called The Bucket List.
Okay.
So similar story only.
Bucket list. Okay, I'll check.
But there will be two old guys. They will tell that within you have 3 months to stay. After that you are going to die. One guy is very poor guy. Another one is a super richest man in
Okay.
America. So they both will come up with a to-do list before dying. What are the things we are going to do? Which are the places? Or what are you want to eat? You can add that.
Supposed to make a list of all the things we wanted to do in our lives before we kick the bucket. We could do this.
So then slowly they will be start doing each things because this rich guy has enough money.
Okay.
So this guy though he was the one going to die first.
Okay. Okay.
Richest guy will stay longer. That's what the movie goes. But in the end it will be shifted.
Oh.
So in that movie also it's similar thing only. Whenever you are there, you just focus on today. Whatever you are inspired about doing,
Yeah.
focus on that.
So I'm not telling everyone to just empty your bank account and travel. I mean, that is your choice. But at the end of the day, what I have learned from that movie is that you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So living your life to the fullest, that is, for example, if you wake up, you want to start a podcast, if you want to write a book, or if you want to do something, or you want to get outside your comfort zone, do that.
Yeah.
Because your existence is a gift itself. Should use it to full extent. Don't doubt yourself, don't be sad if things don't go according to your way, because part of our nature, look around you, everything is temporary, nothing is immortal.
Correct.
Or mortal. Nothing is like will stay forever. So live your life to the fullest. Take risks. Take calculated risks. Don't take risks just like if now Harshavardhan is saying take risks, so I'll jump off the building. No, don't do that. Take calculated risks. Do things in life that makes you happy. Like even if you are a 60-year-old who wants to write a book, who wants to do something, do it. If you're 16-year-old who wants to start your own business, do it. And in today's world, if you see, Gigi, we live in 2025. We have lot of support, artificial intelligence. Use it to your benefit. Like there is social media and all that is like. I mean, I'm not against social media, but it's like if you have an opportunity, use it to like 100% use it. Don't think like, oh, I'll do this tomorrow. That is the biggest drug that we give to ourselves, thinking that I'll do this tomorrow. I mean, even I do this to myself. But there is one thing that I've started doing now. Every single day, I'm a big procrastinator. So I watched this video on YouTube. There was a guy, I don't even remember his name. He says that keep telling yourself you'll do it now, do it now, do it now subconsciously. Now, I don't believe a lot in affirmations, but let me tell you something. We don't know how our habits are affecting us. Once we keep it in check now, it gives us a perspective about ourselves. Like, I'll tell you something. I may be deviating from this topic, but it's very important. Every single day, every human being should give 20 to 25 minutes to themselves. Like for
without
example, without doing nothing, just
yeah.
close your eyes and think about yourself. You'll learn a lot about yourself. You know, we live in such a society that we are doing a job.
Correct.
We think about others. We travel. We sleep. It's very labor intensive. But we should know about ourselves as well. Like if today I dare anyone, like I challenge anyone, if I talk to them and I tell them, tell me about yourself, they won't be able to say anything that will tell about themselves. They'll say, yes, I've done this, I've done qualification, this and that, but nothing unique. It's because we don't think about ourselves. We think about what others are thinking about us, but we don't think about ourselves.
Correct.
That perspective should change. And I really like, Gigi, about you is that even you try new things. Like even when I was writing a book, a lot of people like there were good people, there were well wishers, there were bad wishers. Well wishers were very happy, but bad wishers, they say that, oh, this guy ChatGPT'd everything. This guy, oh no, he's done some cheating. He's not that guy. He's a fake and all. But then the thing is that, Gigi, if I get affected by their words, that means there is something wrong about me. If someone tells me that I'm a fraud, I should not pay attention to it because I'm not a fraud. I'll pay attention to it if I'm actually a fraud.
Correct.
You see what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say. Even about Unfiltered Truth or MBA. A lot of people were saying that you should not say things about this. Like I also tell that how to deal with people. There are, even in campus, there are people who will be a friend to you, but for example, if there is a friend that you made initially, it turns out you get to know from others that he is not talking good about you. And there is also backstabbing, like people trust each other and then they try to bring each other people down. And then also for me also there have been people who have tried to bring me down. And in this campus, like even I used to feel like people are not that, like if there's one inconvenience happens to them, they just don't talk about it like this and all that. But at the end of the day, there is a saying in Hindi, तुम लोगों ने समाज को ठीक करने का ठेका नहीं लिया. That is like, you are not responsible to fix the society. You just have to fix yourself and control your internal and external environment. That's it. It's very important that people should know what's happening in the campus, in any campus, so that they don't get disappointed or they feel that there is no one for them. They should know that everybody is going through something. It's not like life is against you and it's everything bad is happening to you. It's not that case.
Correct.
Yeah. So
yeah, bro, we discussed like all the aspects, like, starting from CAT journey to IIM, that to mainly this unfiltered thing, because most people don't share these things.
That is correct. Yeah.
Even I also, before coming to MBA, if you watch my videos, it will be about something else. But after coming to MBA only, I saw that no, this is how it's going on.
Yeah.
Because people need to know about these things. Because you are so fearless and you are sharing now.
Yeah.
And that's how I think you have wrote
the
these
book
books and
happened, definitely.
yeah, that's what we need to be like. Whatever you feel like doing it, you need to doing that. Most people miss out on those things.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks, bro. Thanks for
thank you, brother.
coming
It
to my
was
podcast and sharing. That
great
this
experience for me.
first, this is what the first podcast series about figuring out MBA.
Okay.
So I'm happy that you shared your story in this
Yeah.
podcast. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Don't worry. Be happy.